when I looked at how the government spends its money, I don't see $2 trillion we can cut. That's just me.
Oh, I am getting it now. I am getting it now. You set this whole scheme up, this whole setup to plead for your job so you don't get cut.
14% of our budget goes to pay interest on loans that we have.
Federal spending. Federal spending goes towards interest that the government is charging. Make that make sense to me. The second myth, it's going to crush your heart, George.
Don't say it.
It's going to crush your heart.
No.
The 5-second rule.
Oh, it's a myth.
It's a myth.
Thank God. It's a 60-second rule. I knew it this whole time.
Is that before you live with someone, how often did you change your bed sheets? Be honest.
It's more than a week.
Safety circle. Safety circle.
No.
Okay, when you say more than a week, dude, that's very general, brother.
You know when I would change my bed covers? This is gross. So my goal is to be a little bit more positive and be a light for other people who may not be as positive. I
got a goal for you.
Okay.
You hate positive affirmations and you tell everyone that they're pieces of garbage for having positive affirmations and talking to themselves like a crazy person. You said that before, quote unquote. And you said that they have no reason because there's no point in saying positive things about your life because they'll never amount to anything. You took the David Goggins route. I know he's your hero and you can call everyone a bitch, but
ladies and gentlemen,
you sound just like the intro. That's not bad.
I'm a professional sound actor, actually.
But why do you look like that?
Why like what?
Come on.
You don't like the headphones?
Come on.
I need to be able to hear you, right? But I also need to be able to hear us.
You know what it looks like? It looks like, you're having your hat to the side and you think that's cool.
But depending on what time frame we're in, it is cool.
No.
It's
never been cool. No, on the record, it's never been cool.
Depending on the time frame.
Stop. Put your ear back.
I've seen podcasts.
Put that headphones back under your ear. You do that, young man. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen,
learn things that you want to learn.
I got a fun fact for you.
Hope you learned something like that. I hope you not. So,
I'm an idiot. If you have any questions, don't ask us.
Welcome to the Idiots Experts Podcast. I'm your co-host, Justin.
And I'm your co-host, George.
And every week we try to cure our ignorance and become smarter and more intelligent.
And I would say a year into doing this podcast, we're still working on the curing the ignorance part.
I think we're better.
Slightly.
Like from yesterday?
Slightly.
I showered.
Sure. I'm glad you did.
That's nasty. What are we talking about this week, George?
So today I am going to double down on my boy Elon.
Oh no.
We talking about Doge.
Dogecoin. Stocks?
No, the Department of Government Efficiency.
Oh, Doge.
Doge. To the moon.
I think we spell Doge differently.
How you spell Doge?
D.O.G.E.
That's what the Department of Government Efficiency. Doge.
Oh, I was thinking of Department of Justice in my mind. I was like, I don't know if we want to talk about it. You said we were going to get less political.
I lied.
Okay, well, anyways, this week I'm going to talk about health hygiene myths.
Oh, I do all of them. I don't even know what you said yet.
And I'm not trying to direct it towards anybody, but sometimes my house smells differently when people are in here. And so I got inspired last week around the time, I don't know, this amount of time where we podcasted, I think around that time, where I just felt like, oh, we should have better smells. So I'm going to talk about health hygiene. No pointing fingers.
There's only two of us here.
No pointing fingers, man. Don't feel attacked. It's not about you, George.
But we're not pointing fingers anyway.
Anyways.
Before we get started, I'm going to send you this later so that you can add it onto the podcast. Jaguar released the new concept for their car. And it's the ugliest looking thing I've ever seen.
Ugliest?
It is.
It's uglier than the Tesla Cybertruck?
They've copied elements of the Tesla Cybertruck, which is why I'm saying it's one of the ugliest things I've ever seen. First of all, the concept that they released was hot pink.
Not bad. Pink Jaguar. You ever heard of the famous pink jaguar?
Oh.
Yeah, not the panther, the pink jaguar.
Oh, damn it.
No, look at you.
I was like, they're so big brain. No, they're not.
They're not.
And then one last piece of news that I think everyone should be aware of, just because I think we want to be entertaining, but also we want to educate you on things happening around the world.
Okay.
There are some like crazy protests happening in Georgia, not the state.
Okay.
The country. Okay,
I got it. I'm with you.
Yeah. And it looks wild. People, they're shooting like,
oh yeah,
fireworks.
Wild.
That's what I think of when I think of a wild night. Honey, where are you going tonight?
Wait, no. That sounds really bad, George. No, I'm just saying, our protests are usually wild.
I feel like protests I'm used to like American protests.
I don't know if you've been seeing our protests in the last couple of years.
Minus recently, you know.
I'm just saying, American protests have been wild.
Some protests have been wild. I feel like for the most part, we're usually pretty civil about it.
Civil to who? People are angry.
Yeah. Do your thing. I advocate for the right to to protest. But it's wild. And I'm hoping everybody is safe in Georgia because it's...
What are they protesting? You forgot to throw that in there.
Well, because it gets political.
You should educate. You can't just throw it up there and be like, okay, let's move on.
It gets political. I don't know how far I can go. Essentially, long story short, the people of Georgia lean more towards being westernized and being like into like they align more with like European values.
Okay.
But they also were part of like the whole Soviet Union thing when that like changed. And that's why they want to touch it.
No, so, I mean, what are they protesting?
The government of Georgia said that they're going to back off talks with joining the United Nations.
Okay.
And the people of Georgia are like, no. We said we want in. So keep going that route. We don't want to go.
I wonder, do the government of Georgia like our government that's about to happen in 2025? I'm pretty sure. Like, it sounds like they're partners.
I think Georgia voted for him.
You think Georgia voted for Trump? Oh, they counted. Interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of elections and all the fun things that came along with it.
Oh no.
As Trump works his way into becoming president, he's assigned some people to a government agency. These two people.
What do you think about his assignings?
I don't know enough to actually give an actual opinion. I can only tell you about D.O.G.E because I went into a deep dive because I'm just like, I think this affects my job.
No, some of it I've just read headlines. Yeah. Even though I'm trying to get away from politics, I still kind of see him. One appointing that I know of is Linda McMahon.
Yo, I hear that too.
For the Department of Education, which is the ex-wife of Vince McMahon. Yeah, and everyone's making like, oh, she's bringing wrestling to school.
The thing is like,
I don't know what her qualifications are.
Right. And
so I can't make any...
From my understanding, she's actually a very... And I don't know... Oh my God, I can feel us getting roasted for this podcast already, right? But from my understanding, she's actually a very educated, very like well-versed businesswoman on her own, aside from...
Businesswoman. That's where you draw. Like, I don't know.
I mean, that's what I hear she's great. I hear she does good things. I mean,
look, she ran WWE.
No,
she did. It was her and Vince who ran it.
Yeah, I'm glad she stepped away because there's some shady things happening on the WWE.
I don't know if The Rock can visit my school. Maybe it'll make me smarter. I'm
more of a scissors kind of guy. Oh, ooh, wait, undo. That was a bad joke. Bad joke. No.
We've said many bad jokes on this podcast. That one was possibly the worst joke you've ever said. You can't keep doing
the rock, paper, scissors. That's where my mind was. It was rock, paper, scissors.
You can't keep doing undo live, brother.
Yo, I'm going to really make you earn your paycheck this time around, dude.
I wish I was getting paid.
You have to edit a lot of this out.
Okay, well, yeah, if we bring scissors, because they're important to school, I guess.
Don't bring scissors to school, kids. Those are bad.
Safety scissors.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, cut the paper.
Yeah. For your arts, for your arts and crafts. Anyway, back to my boy Elon and Vivek Ramaswamy.
What did you call me? Oh, okay, what?
What?
Who?
Vivek?
Yeah, who is that?
Vivek?
Just because you can keep repeating the name doesn't mean I'm going to know who it is.
Vivek. You don't know Vivek?
Nah, who is Vivek?
Wait, do you actually not know Vivek?
I don't know who Vivek is. How many times I got to ask this question?
It shocks me that you don't know Vivek. Vivek is Donald Trump Jr.
Oh, he's Donald Trump Jr.
He was running for president when they were having the primaries.
Okay.
He was like an ex-CEO, ran a bunch of businesses, and now he's trying to put his hat in politics.
Okay.
And he was running for president. He was polling around 5%. So he wasn't doing terrible.
But who is this? Who is this mofo? Why is he important now?
Oh, so it's people think that D.O.G.E, which is the Department of Government Efficiency, is run by Elon, or that Trump appointed Elon.
Okay, but it's not.
It's not. It's two people that are heading the project.
It's co-best man.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Can't trust either one of them, so you got to...
Okay, so he's appointed, and his background, Vivek, background is he's just a businessman?
Businessman.
Okay.
And he's not in politics.
It sounds like everything he appointed people was just businessmen and businesswomen.
Listen.
Which means what, George? Some money.
I was about to say, I'm gonna go down
money motive.
I'm gonna go down a path that I think there's a lot of interesting information about this department, right?
Okay.
That goes against. Let me tell you this way. You think that I lean a particular way, even though I don't.
But why are you lying to the people? You lean heavily. You know, like Michael Jackson, the Smooth Criminal. You lean heavily that way into red. Let me put the picture up. You lean, brother. You haven't fallen down. Remember, you're not early onset Republican. You're midway. you're midway.
And like I said, I'm still liberal.
Oh,
it's just the Liberal Party has changed.
No, you are not, George.
That's just me.
But yeah, we won't get into too much. So Vivek and Elon has been appointed co-leaders, co-captains.
I like co-captains.
Yeah,
they're the
co-captains. Okay, of the Department of
Government Efficiency.
Now,
D.O.G.E.
what is that department?
It's made up. First of all,
made up.
Literally sounds
government efficiency.
Elon is the ultimate winner in just pure trolling. I feel like he won trolling. There's now a government program called D.O.G.E, or an advisory board essentially called D.O.G.E, which he's also, from my understanding, is also very heavily invested in the D.O.G.E cryptocurrency.
Okay.
So I'm just I don't know, man. This man just seems like his entire existence is just trolling as much as possible.
So you're saying he's an idol of yours because he's found success in trolling.
Yes. No, you thought there was a joke there, but no.
No, I think that's the joke, George. I'm not laughing, which is tells you everything. But the fact that this man has found so much success in trolling is not a good thing.
Maybe.
Of how much impact he will have on this world.
Maybe.
Twitter.
The ultimate.
He's that site.
Every time he's trolled us, he just comes out with an even bigger troll somehow. And it's impressive.
Look, trust me when I say this. I love trolling. I think a good troll gives you good to the soul, right? But when it comes to the masses, trolling privately is where I'm at. I think you should troll behind doors.
Under bridges, bro.
Under bridges. You stay there. Not when the troll is out on top of the world.
It's different.
It's different. Okay, so Elon Musk is now appointed to this department that we have no idea what it does.
So that's what I wanted to get into. So there's two things I'm going to talk about, right?
Okay.
So the actual logistics of what this department looks like and how they do it and what they're actually going to do, right? Okay. And then what the possibility of them doing, how do they actually cut a budget, right? How do they actually make a government more efficient? So those are the two topics that I'm talking about, right?
Okay.
First things first, it's not a real department.
Yeah, we can tell by the name.
Well, also not just
that you're calling it Doge. But we know it's not real.
Just by the name, right? But like an actual department of the government would have to be put in place by Congress. Like there's multiple facets in the government. No one person gets to just be like, haha, I've created an agency. Like it's more complex than that. I feel like
it kind of sounds like that.
But it's not, right?
Okay.
And because it's not it's more of an advisory position. It's like by the end of this, right? I want to report on what you think is going to be efficient.
That's sad.
It's not bad. Hey, why not show the people how you can become more efficient? Now, the thing is, right? Because it's not an actual, department. Congress doesn't have to like allow, you know how whenever Trump appoints somebody, there has to be a vote, essentially. They go in front of the Senate or whatever. They have to be affirmed by the Senate or Congress.
Okay.
That doesn't happen here.
Okay.
Because it's just an advisory position. So these guys are just they get appointed. They're in charge now. Cool.
Okay.
Okay. Now, as an advisory position, because they don't have to appear in front of Congress, they also don't have to divest their interests.
Divest? Ooh.
Big word.
New word alert.
Word of the day. Divest.
They don't have to divest what?
Selling off their stock or like giving authority of like business decisions on a day-to-day basis of their business.
That's not shady.
Right. I have no opinion. Mm-hmm. I can't say. But when I read that, I was like,
that's not shady, George. Come on.
Oh,
come on. I see why this department of government efficiency was made.
I'm going to speak factually, and then you take the rest.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, Elon Musk.
Just kidding.
Worst anger translator ever. Elon Musk, who owns multiple companies such as Tesla and SpaceX, gets government grant money. I think well in excess of $15 billion from the government.
He gets more billions?
Hold on. I'm not saying he gets more, but I'm saying that he has received money from them.
Okay.
And now him and Vivek are in charge of giving recommendations to cut or make the government or oversee the government in which is giving them
money?
Yeah.
Billions? Wait, they are given $15 billion.
Give or take, I think in the last few years.
Billions of dollars for them to either make cuts.
No. So for like to their businesses, right? So like the government has a stake in electric cars and space travel, blah, blah, blah. So they like will support businesses who are doing these things. So the government has given money to SpaceX, to Tesla, things like that.
Okay.
So government agencies work with his companies.
Okay.
And now he is the one that gets to make recommendations about certain government agencies. I'm like,
interesting.
Now, as you can tell, I have no opinion about any of this. That's
I feel like he doesn't make the smartest decisions. So if Elon Musk is making the recommendations and you just told him that he's found success in trolling, what do you think he's going to do to the government or businesses of the world?
Revolutionize it and make it better.
Now, here's my hope. It's because I don't know too much about this. Vivek comes from business. He's not as trolly, hopefully.
No, he's like he's a more straightforward. I want to be politically correct and like.
Okay. So we have a little bit. At least he's balanced out. Maybe
he seems mature.
I'm gonna have to look this guy up.
I mean, I don't want to give opinions about anybody, right? He seems more mature than Elon, is what I'll say.
Oh, so you don't know if he's like so mature that it balances out Elon.
The thing is, he's also a hardcore conservative, right? So like people will say that he's not a good person because of his beliefs and blah, blah, blah. I'm saying take beliefs out of it. I'm just like straight up personality wise, the way he speaks, the way he like presents himself. He seems like he
It just seems okay. So based off what you just seen about him, do you think that government department will do any good?
Hell no.
So this is purely a business move.
No, the reason why I think this is absolute
moronic.
Doo-doo.
Okay,
good doo-doo.
A good doo-doo.
I like doo-doo.
Okay.
All right. It's because the proposed plan or what they want to achieve is they want to cut $2 trillion out of our budget.
Ooh.
Okay.
And where's that money go?
Well, we'll talk about that in a second. That's the second part about do you know how much the government?
Sorry, I'm jumping the gun.
You know how much the government spent in 2024?
I'm gonna go ahead and say $5 trillion.
Close.
Ooh, okay.
Not really. $6.75 trillion.
Oh yeah, I was pretty close.
It's not. I mean, when you talk about trillions of dollars, it's not that close.
It's not that bad.
So in my brain, you have, let's say, a $7 trillion spending by the government.
Okay.
You want to cut that to $5 trillion.
Yeah.
Seems like a lot, right?
But we are in debt, so maybe there is good come out of it. Cut off the spending, because you and I both know the struggles of saving. So maybe,
dude,
the important part is they're trying to teach us to save, even though we think that we have the money.
You know, people are going to troll them nonstop, rightfully so.
Okay,
right? But I have a hard time controlling my budget at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just have a condo.
Keep it general. No, keep it general. Keep it general.
I just have a condo, bro, and I'm broke. Right?
Oh, okay.
I can't imagine having a country and trying to keep that.
Why are you broke at home? Do you make poor decisions?
I'm a troll. On a micro level.
Yeah, you're a micro level.
On a micro level, I make bad decisions.
Okay. Nice save.
So, and then the proposal is by July 4th.
Okay, there's a lot of dates on there. A lot of dates.
By July 4th, 2026.
Yeah.
They're supposed to present Trump with a plan to what they say is like the most inefficient parts of the government where they can make the cuts, blah, blah. So that's what I mean by like.
So don't piss them off. Sounds like they have too much power.
I mean, they don't have the power to do anything, right? Like they have the power to advise a president.
Okay.
Which, I mean, honestly, anybody who has the president's ear has the power to advise the president.
Fair.
But the people who actually
close to his ear, though.
They're close to his ear.
At least one half of that duo.
I think both are pretty close to his ear.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the actual people who would actually implement the changes, there's a lot of things that come into play. So there's a president who can propose budget changes.
Mm-hmm.
There's the OMB, which is like the Department of Management and.
Keep going. I was like, oh, my bad. Let me.
How many people are going to catch that, though? How many people are going to catch that?
No, what are you talking about?
Wait, was it? You threw me off. See?
Sorry. I just find it funny. They must
my bad.
You must be the cool group. Like everyone makes fun because they're too cool.
Well,
my bad. They're cool.
I'm not going to state any opinions. I'm just stating facts here.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of checks and balances in how the country proposes its budget. Currently, balance
is the interesting word in that equation.
Well, currently the balance
is not
the scale, balancing. Right?
The balance is not balancing.
It's a scale, right? It goes like this. Right now, who knows where we're at? You know, sometimes we're here.
Wait, so you may actually no, it makes more sense.
Sometimes we're here.
The balance isn't that everything's equal. It's the fact that it's just a balance.
It's just chaos, bro.
It can be like this. It's still a balance.
It'll correct itself one way or another. Okay. But the OMB, which is the department that also like disperses money and things like that, and Congress, like all of it has a factor in how this budget gets set in place. And the head of the OMB is a guy by the name of, I think his name is Jesse Vogt. Is it Jesse Vogt?
That's a cool last name.
Jessel Vogt. Something like that.
Vote for vote?
Vote for vote.
Okay.
He was appointed by Trump last year to run the same department. No. Or not last year, the same last term. He also co-authored a chapter
of Project 2025. Yeah, that grand book that you like so much. the 900 pages.
Hey, but just because the only chapter that he wrote or helped publish was a chapter on government cuts. So like again, government efficiency, things like that. I really do, like jokes, like trolling aside, I want to read that chapter and see.
You've never read it before, huh? This guy. No joke, guys. Trolling. I really want to do because I've never read it before.
I don't read it.
Okay, I've seen your bookshelf. I've seen that big 900-page book. Takes a whole entire shelf, all in red.
First of all, it takes 3. I mean,
okay, so you want to read it for the sake of what he's proposing to cut.
Well, just because I want to know the kind of person that he is, and I feel like I could get that a little bit from his ideas, at least from his writing.
Interesting.
And I want to know if that part of Project 25 is as crazy as some of the other stuff that's in Project 2025. So that's the bureaucracy of it, right? So they're in charge of figuring out which government policies, which government programs, which government things are inefficient, which ones they should cut, things like that. They don't actually. We're done. They don't actually have the power to do anything.
Democracy
so we have hope, right?
No, democracy is done for the next 4 years.
Dude, you're such an... I hate people who say that. I hate people who say that. This guy said
he leans liberal, huh?
Oh, there's no more voting. What did we just do? I
said the next 4 years, we're done.
Tell you what.
With the Department of Government Efficiency and things like that.
4 years from now.
Done for.
4 years from now, if that happens, then you can say that. Till then, shut up.
Okay, so when it does happen.
Then you can say it.
Okay, no. How do you feel?
Stupid. But right now, I feel very confident.
I think the effects of everything, I'm going to have to wait 4 years. You can wait 1 to 2 years.
This whole... Whatever, dude. I'm not touching the 40-foot pole. You do your thing. You can go ahead and be apocalyptic. Like everyone's so dramatic about this stuff.
Okay, so just literally those comments. Don't you dare say you're leaning liberal.
I'm sorry, genuinely speaking, because
which is fine. I think if it's okay to be conservative.
So
liberal.
hold on. You think democracy is over and then there's not going to be another election?
I didn't mean
Tell me more. Tell me. You're so right.
Okay, wait. Democracy isn't just voting.
Okay.
Right. So when you say things like Department of Government Efficiency and they get to choose what's getting, these billionaires get to choose business decisions. Like if they're making those choices, like we're done for.
Okay. So I don't think you were listening, right? As I'm saying, I don't know what part of no power that you didn't get, but they make advisements.
Okay.
The president, Congress, and the OMB are the ones who...
President, Congress are what? On the same side, brother.
They
on the same side. We just talked about not being balanced. It's not balanced right now.
It's a people's voice.
No, it's not.
No,
it's not.
Hello.
Here, this is why.
Do you smell?
This is why. Okay. We might get too far out, but you want to say it's all about checks and balances and it's the people's voice. No, it's not the people's voice when literally the president's going to be choosing literally everyone to be putting people in positions of power.
Isn't that what the president does every time? Like, how's that different from the last other times the president has been?
Because usually the people who are supposed to be the checks and balances are kind of balancing that out.
I'm not understanding at all. Like, you're telling me that there's like some supreme hand that is like control. People voted for Republicans. I mean, that's just what it is.
Okay, I'm saying... I don't know if we want to get like too deep into this.
I don't want to. Okay, you're taking us there.
Maybe we don't get too deep in it, but all I'm saying is the balance ain't balancing. And you agreed earlier today that was true.
I'm saying right now there's the people have said that they want a particular thing, and that particular thing is happening. That's just what it is.
Sure, but that's not the statement. The statement is balance is not balancing.
Bro, that's just
argue with me,
bro.
Balance ain't balancing.
The smell ain't smelling, bro. Like
no, just because you say another sentence is similar doesn't tell me that I'm wrong.
You're wrong. See, I just said the words.
Interesting. Okay.
Anyway, moving on. Right.
Point one. And when you edit, go 1 Justin. 0 charge.
I wonder who's gonna win.
I want to keep score. This
is really motivating me to learn how to edit.
Oh yes. Finally.
You're just gonna troll the hell out of me in editing
until you start editing.
Until I become an editor.
Let's go.
No, but they have to propose a plan by July 4th, 2026. And then we'll see what actually becomes out of their proposals, right?
Here's another question. Sorry, I have to keep. I'm too curious. Now, try not to get too political in our opinions. However, you said that they get $15 billion to make advisements.
No, they're not getting that money too. I'm saying that was completely different. I'm saying that over I don't know how many years, Elon's businesses have received government grants of up to like $15 billion.
But why would you? What's the point of bringing that up?
Is that he's now in charge of government agencies who have given him money. Like that's just. It's a little bit of that what I would say is an undue
okay, now I'm getting
scale imbalance.
Earlier today, and I definitely heard you differently. I thought they came in, and then this department is receiving this money to do their job.
No, they are not getting money to.
So this wasn't a made up. No, it's not. It is a made up department, but they're affecting the reason why he got $15 billion. So you can jack it up and increase it.
He can't single handedly just like go in there and be like, yo, give me more money. Like that's just not how it works. Right. But like, let's say that he's in there and, he's like, I think that regulatory agencies have too much authority. Maybe cut some of their stuff. Right. Now
balancing ain't balancing.
That's what I'm saying is unfair.
Balance ain't balancing. Right.
I'm saying there's the scale seems to be...
that's all I wanted to agree on, okay?
I'm not agreeing on nothing.
That's all I wanted to agree.
I actually have no opinion.
Here, this is a moment. George is agreeing on a liberal thing that the balance ain't balancing. Remember that sentence.
I don't agree. The scales are fine. They're the best scales.
Yeah, okay.
So,
sure.
Getting into what they're actually going to do. So I told you that the government last year spent $6.75 billion or $1 trillion. Sorry, I wish it was billion.
Yeah, some light
work
for America.
And they want to cut $2 trillion, which to me, once I started looking at the numbers,
once you started looking at $2 trillion,
sense. Dude, I wish I could could see what that kind of money looks like.
I can't even understand that.
I wonder how many pallets of cash you would have to be $2 trillion.
That's something stupid, but. They're going to cut $2 trillion by summer of next year.
No, 2026.
Or just propose.
The proposal has to be complete by 2026.
Okay.
And essentially what it boils down to, when I looked at how the government spends its money, I don't see $2 trillion we can cut. That's just me.
Oh, I am getting it now. You set this whole scheme up, this whole setup, to plead for your job so you don't get cut. I just understand. That is big brain by you, George.
Justin.
You're trying to explain that everyone's necessary.
Justin. Literally. Hold on.
Please don't fire me, Elon. We were best friends. Your poster's on my wall.
I'll put a poster on my wall. That means I keep my job. I kid you not. In my notes, one of the proposed, like I have notes on like things he proposes to cut, and one of them was like government and federal employees. And in parentheses, I have no.
So when I say we're donezo, you are part of that.
I might be donezo.
You are part of that brother.
It's possible. I don't know. Who knows?
Okay.
I think I'm safe.
Yeah.
Right? Come on, Elon.
Go ahead. Do the speech.
Don't make me beg. Well, that's one of the things. But again, when you look at how much, like if you were to cut so I think over, if I remember correctly, because I went, dude, when I went on a rabbit hole of like trying to pull information, I think in total, the government spends like $300 billion on federal employees. I'm like, even if you fire every single federal employee, like period, like just fire them all, $300 billion doesn't even scratch.
Yeah, but it's not even just salaries. You talk about military spending.
Well, that's where we get. That's where it gets tricky, Justin.
It's not just salaries.
You tell me where you think a conservative party will cut military spending.
Again, the balance ain't balancing.
That's not for me to say. I'm just here to state facts.
They won't. So if they're never going to cut conservatives who are for military, if they're not going to cut military spending, what do you think they're going to cut?
Well, let me break it down to you. Actually, do you want to guess the top 5 things that the United States spends money on?
Oh, the things that military.
That's one.
Or
sorry, that's 2 actually. By the way, you're missing number 1.
Sports, number 1.
Well, federal funding.
Okay.
Federal funding.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was just Americans. Military, manufacturing.
No.
Retail. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what the categories are. To be honest, I don't know what categories.
That is really bad.
Like if I say agriculture, that's not.
That is 2%.
That's top 5.
It doesn't crack.
There's no way.
It's not
okay,
I'm saying,
okay.
letting you know it's 2%.
Oh, okay.
So number 1 is Social Security. 21%.
Not military.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
21% of our budget goes to Social Security. 18% to defense. 15% to health. Here's the one that really threw me off. 14% of our budget goes to pay interest on loans that we have.
Federal spending. Federal spending goes towards interest that the government is charging.
Yeah.
Make that make sense to me.
Government has taken out loans to pay for things.
Yes.
We are paying interest on those loans. So 14%.
We are paying interest, not the government.
Well, we the people make up the government.
No. When you say federal spending, are you talking about the government?
The federal government.
People spending money?
Yeah.
So when you say we...
Oh, no, not me and you.
You said we, the government.
No.
Oh, you meant you and your buddies. My bad. I forgot. You looked down on me.
I should have known better. I should have known better than to try to educate your ignorant mind.
I forgot. I'm a normal guy. I forgot.
This normie.
Forgot you government people.
Let me know. No one understands the lizard people government conspiracy theory.
It doesn't matter. Okay, so
that's why I have a lisp.
Make me help me understand. So the government takes loans to pay for things.
Yeah.
Maybe trade, maybe
a lot of things.
Okay. And those people who we're buying from charge us interest. And so the government spends our money
on interest.
The normies. Me, not you. The low people, peasants. They spend our tax money to pay off the interest for other people that they want. Nice. Okay, cool. That's the 4th most.
4th. And then the 5th is Medicare.
And
in my brain, I'm like, you're not touching those top 5.
I'm curious. Health, Medicare, not under health.
I'm sure there's no. There's other things that we contribute to health spending, which I didn't get into because I had my own rabbit hole of things I needed to address. So
that's fair.
Got away from that. But for a lot of thoughts, man.
You all right,
a lot of thoughts.
Okay.
Apparently, the government has been spending more money than it's been bringing in for the last 20 some years.
I feel like it's more.
Last time it was done was during a Bush era.
Wait, okay, hold on. It's not so much that we're out of it, because I feel like we've always been in debt. You're just talking about the last time we had a year where we spent less than our debt, or that we've been positive.
So for years, we've been positive. While we do have debt, the budget in terms of actual functioning of the government, we have normally, okay, we've brought in more money than we've spent.
Okay.
Then that changed during the Bush era, where now we're spending way more than the government is actually bringing in.
Classic Republican.
Well, the last, I don't know how many years, there's been many people in power, not all Republican.
Yeah.
So we'll just go.
Classic Democrats and Republicans.
Classic government.
Classic government. So 2 trillion, you don't think you see in any of those categories you saw that you can cut?
I don't think they'll cut Medicare or Medicaid, because Trump was all about, when he was running, he was talking about how he's going to plan on, he ran on protecting those benefits. And then that leaves you with vet funding, not vets as in animal doctors, but people who have served in the military. Education, which
George doesn't care about teachers.
I mean,
You got YouTube videos at home.
I've heard of Udemy, bro. Like it's a free plug right here.
There's
like,
a library.
It's
a local library.
I got a library card, bro. I think
kids.
I just educated. I'm educated.
That's horrible.
And transportation, like those are like the other things. So I'm like, I don't know where they're gonna cut.
Military.
Dude, even
military.
I don't see where you cut $2 trillion personally. And by the way, we are in a situation where we are spending exorbitant amount of money.
Yeah.
Like
it's the American way.
It's the American way.
Yeah.
But it's not sustainable. I don't think we can continue 100%. To keep doing that. I don't know how long we can keep doing that for. So something needs to change. But I don't. This is my problem at home, right? Something needs to change, but I don't see where I could make the cuts.
No, you just have to make them, and then worry about the outcomes later. Yeah. So like when I'm at home, and my wife wants to buy some more decorations, I have to say just no and not worry about the outcome.
Yep.
That's okay. I'll get yelled at.
Why would you say no to her? Why do you think you can tell her what to do?
And I don't worry about, like, here's the thing. You're still worrying about the future, George. Plain and simple. We need to save money. So no. And then I'll worry about what happens later.
Well, let's see if they say no. And even though you kind of took my bit a little bit earlier, all this to say, Elon, please don't fire me.
Sorry, I didn't know that was your end.
I get it.
I just made that connection.
I get it. I save my budget at home, bro.
Okay, yeah. Tell Elon why you're so important to the American nation and why you need to keep your job.
I'm the best employee. All the other employees, they're not like me. People walk in, they're like, wow. What a great employee.
Elon's going to see this. He's like, wait, I like this guy.
I like him. He speaks my language.
He sounds really familiar.
Give him a raise.
I can become friends with this guy. Well, that's very interesting, George. And I hope you keep your job in the next 3 to 4 years.
Me too.
But we'll see,
In the meantime, I should take a shower.
In the meantime, George, take showers. No, my segment is inspired by a friend of ours. Shout out to Lawrence.
I thought you were saying a Cookie Monster.
No.
Because he lives in the trash can.
Lawrence, which also our other friend Brittany introduced us to this app a long time ago, and we kind of just like brushed it off. But Lawrence he's trying to become a doctor.
Ooh.
He's in med school, and he showed me this app called
Witchcraft.
Yucca app. Have you heard of the Yucca app?
Sadly, the Yucca app runs my life.
Oh, I forgot. You also know a doctor. But anyways, it's this app that you can scan or look up products.
You could take these nuts.
Okay, you know what?
I have to get it out early.
It's fair.
I got it out.
Fair? You know what's fair? I took your joke and you took mine. It's very fair, But essentially, it gives it a rating of how healthy it is for you. Whether it has a bunch of toxins, chemicals, whatever, it gives it a score out of 100. And so I was very curious. So I was like scanning things and things that I eat, things that I use. I don't live a healthy life, George.
I'm telling you.
George, I don't live a healthy life.
No one does.
George, I thought 50 out of 100, halfway was bad. Nothing I use is above 50.
Just wait till RFK. I mean, sorry. Sorry. Reel it back. I have no opinions.
Nothing I use that's above 50.
Yeah.
I don't have any healthy things in this house.
I know.
It's so sad.
I stopped looking.
My toothpaste ain't healthy.
Dude.
How's my toothpaste not healthy?
The amount of products that had to get repurchased.
Oh, I bought it. So like, I'm not going to throw it away. Like I'll use it. And then when it's over, I'll buy the new healthy things.
Gentlemen, because I know mostly guys watch this podcast. Gentlemen, if you want to make your life better and download this app, that's fine. Just don't show it to your girl until after you've used all your products. Like until you've eaten all the food, until everything's gone.
Yes.
Do not download.
You're going to throw away everything.
Holy moly.
Because here's what I learned from the Yucca app. Everything gives me cancer.
Yes. Literally, that's all I hear.
Everything gives me cancer.
That gives you cancer. This gives you cancer. That gives you cancer. So is going outside. I don't care.
I've never heard carcinogen that many times in my life, George.
Holy.
I've never heard this word so much in my life.
Everything's a carcinogen, bro. Look,
George.
ready? Watch this. I just consume carcinogens.
But George, Bottled water. Okay, you can't drink water from bottles anymore.
It's plastic. The plastic.
Oh, it sounds like you've heard. You know what? I just thought you've heard all of this before.
Bro, let me give this portion of the podcast too.
You've heard my entire segment.
But don't worry, I'll just back up everything that you're saying.
Okay, but here, so I kind of experienced D.O.G.E app tell me that I'm basically getting cancer. It's inevitable.
Yes.
And then I a little bit went on, Google and research and stuff like that, and I looked over this podcast that was.
Whoa! We don't plug other podcasts.
I'm not plugging it.
All right.
A podcast that invited a very known toxologist, and she would give her spiel on what she thinks is wrong with the world. And guess what, George? We're fucked. Okay, she was basically the D.O.G.E app, but in a person.
Here, let me pretend I'm hearing this for the first time.
Okay.
What? Oh no! What do you mean?
We haven't been living healthy.
I haven't been consumed highly processed foods for God knows how long since.
Yeah, but basically, I watched this 2-hour podcast that told me that everything is bad for you, and there's no solution. There's no solution, George.
My favorite kind of problem. One that says I have no hope. Yeah. And I can just keep doing keep doing what I can do.
It's like saving for a wedding.
Hey, here's how to be healthier. It won't change anything. You're still going to get cancer.
No, but here's the best part of this whole podcast. The first hour and a half, it was him bringing out products and saying, is this good for you? Is this good for you? And her explaining why it's so bad for you.
Wait, what's the doctor's name? I think I know her.
I forgot the doctor's name. Right. I just know the podcast because I watch a lot of episodes from it. But we don't plug podcasts here unless they pay us.
Which we're willing to do.
But anyways, yeah, the first hour and a half is her explaining why everything's so toxic, right? And then she'll offer somewhat of an alternate solution. But she's even then, those are still bad for you, right? And then at the end, he asks, so like, what do you think we should change like in the world because of everything's just so toxic? From the cookware that we use to the lotion that we use to the shoes you wear, doesn't matter. It's all like toxic. And she says, there's no solution. It's inevitable. Like you're just going to be shown and consume all this toxic because everything that gets manufactured is not manufactured very healthy way. So we're screwed.
Dude, this is the same people who are saying that there's not going to be elections. Everything's a doomsday. Oh, also, by the way, just a quick note to the wise here for everybody. If you use nonstick pans, try to not use metal spoons or anything that can scrape that nonstick coating that they put on, because that does have tons of toxins.
So in the toxic, I was going to talk about it.
Oh, no.
The main takeaway.
Are you sure I'm not doing this?
It's fine. The main takeaway I got from a little bit of the D.O.G.E app, but mostly from the podcast, was plastic is bad for you. Anything plastic. And so even nonstick is not plastic, but that's really bad because of the chemicals they use to make it nonstick. But yeah, if you're going to use plastics to cook with, that gets heated up and that's bad for you too. So if you're going to cook, cast iron, stainless steel, and if you're going to use cooking ware, like to cook with it, wooden spoons or just not plastic.
Carbon fiber,
you just get your money up,
Get your money up, get some carbon fiber spoons, got some
But it doesn't matter because we're going to get cancer or you're going to be infertile from what the podcast told me. So, so everything tells me that we're doomed. So in that note,
eat whatever you want, guys.
After understanding what doom hole that we're going to be living in. Yeah, I just made that, I think, up. I thought...
I'm glad I'm not the only one who has those kind of slips.
Maybe we can have healthy goals for 2025. That's what I took away. So 2025...
Doesn't matter. Nope. I'm going to die anyway. Everything has cancer.
I still have hope that maybe I won't get cancer, or maybe I won't get a lot of cancer. Maybe just a little cancer.
Just a sprinkle.
Just a little. Maybe I can catch it early.
Pinch,
just a little pinch of cancer.
Pretend I'm a white person cooking. Just a pinch of salt.
Ooh.
No.
We use lighter complexion here. At
lighter,
podcast.
You're right.
You messed up. We would never discriminate based on
a flashlight cooking. Just a pinch of
flashlight cooking.
It's clear, bro.
Okay. Anyway, so I was looking up health first I was looking at like, oh, what we should improve on health. But then it got me thinking, I wonder what health myths are there out there. Because yes, I watched this 2-hour podcast. And yes, the Yuka app is telling me that we're but what are things that are true? Like, I don't know.
I'm just
what are
mad.
Misconceptions?
I'm mad that you had to like download an app to find out that you're
I mean, I still use it. I'm trying to, become better, but that's the first step in me trying to become better is using the Yuka app to change things that I use on a daily basis. But for 2025, here are some health hygiene myths, whether it's, showering or things that you're consuming that we were made to believe in, but are wrong.
Yeah. Coffee's bad for you. Not true. It's delicious.
That is. That was one of the myths I didn't put in.
Actually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say like coffee's bad for you, but it's actually more beneficial than bad.
I'm so smart.
But anyways, first myth. Microwaving your food is bad.
Yeah, it sounds true to me.
Yeah, sounds true. Here's the myth that if you microwave food, it kills the nutrients. And then here's another one. If you microwave your food, cancer. Just know that all these myths, cancer. Just remember.
Right.
Everything in my whole segment, cancer. I'll just throw that out.
What kind? We don't care. It's there.
It's there. It's always going to be a reason in anything that you do. But yeah, so I learned that if you microwave your food, it doesn't actually kill the nutrients in your food. Heat kills somewhat nutrients, so whether you cook it on a stove, you put it in an oven, fire, whatever, it'll kill some nutrients. But if you microwave your food, you're chilling, you're fine.
That's why you should eat your vegetables raw. They're not as delicious, boring. But
yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of boring.
Most nutrients.
But also the cancer thing is also a myth because they think that electromagnetic radiation will give you cancer. But I also learned that phones is basically use a form of electromagnetic radiation, and they don't give you cancer.
How do you know that?
Because that's what science says.
I don't think science says that.
I think science does say that.
I don't think science knows squat.
Now, see, this is the myth. I'm trying to break the myths.
No, you're saying science says things and it's a myth, and I'm saying science is wrong.
Oh, see, you're the reason why people think vaccines are bad for people.
What do you mean think?
George, this is supposed to be myths. That
the misinformation podcast.
No, we're trying to become less idiotic, and become experts.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Right, that's my first myth. The second myth, it's going to crush your heart, George.
Don't say it.
It's going to crush your heart.
No.
The 5-second rule.
Oh, it's a myth.
It's a myth.
Thank God. It's a 60-second rule. I knew it this whole time.
We have actually more time.
People thought it was only 5 seconds. I was rushing for no reason. Whew.
Every time I eat out with George and he drops stuff on the floor, he just always eats it.
What do you mean? I eat off the floor and sometimes food falls on the plate.
Oh, I forgot. It's the opposite. Whoops, my bad. Here, I'm trying to tell you, George, you don't eat off the floor, my guy.
60-second rule,
it's
dude.
It's bad for you. Don't worry about it. The moment it touches the floor, whether it's 5 seconds, 1 second, 60 seconds, very bad. Don't do it.
Let me guess. Contamination.
Yeah, bacteria.
Oh, boo. Bacteria is good for you. Some bacteria is good for you.
I was going to say, there we go. Let's not spread bad information.
It's not wrong. It's just not complete.
Okay, so this is why politics is so bad. That's essentially what it is.
Educate yourselves, people.
Okay, so this is what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So let's complete the sentence.
I did.
After I gave you a reaction.
Exactly.
Okay, anyways, fruits and veggies.
Bad for you. I knew it. They're bad for you.
For the longest time, I thought they were bad for you. So I didn't want to eat it. But fruits and veggies, here's some common myths. Frozen is not as nutritious as fresh produce.
100% true.
It is not.
That sounds like BS.
It is not. They're both equally nutritious. They actually say frozen is actually probably more nutritious than fresh because it's frozen at its peak freshness.
Okay. Listen, this is like an honest conversation between me and you, right? Like, I understand we're on the podcast, but I got to challenge you a little bit here.
.orgs. I'll tell you, I'll just look up .orgs.
But which dot? I feel like I could get another .org that says that you're wrong.
Okay, look it up. And then we'll put out a Twitter or a tweet that like we're wrong.
An X. You'll put out an X.
Oh, I forgot. we're on X. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. You don't think that's versus something that's fresh that gets transported for a bit until it reaches.
I feel like
Because then it has stuff on it to keep it fresh.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, maybe you're right. Because like the fruits and vegetables that we get anyway already have tons of pesticides on them. So like,
keep it fresh.
What's some lack of nutrition? Like, even if it's true, like,
no, but versus that's the way they keep that fresh. Versus the frozen just gets frozen.
Either way, the pesticides are what I'm worried about right now.
The frozen don't have pesticides, but anyways,
yes, they do.
I don't know. If
they just get fruits and vegetables that have pesticides, cut them up, and freeze them. You think they're growing organic? Like,
I'm gonna claim ignorance. I do not know.
Oh, I do.
I just think the reason why it's pesticides is to keep it fresh. And so if you freeze it, why would you need to put pesticides on it? That's a very ignorant statement.
It's to keep the bugs away when it's growing.
Oh, that too. We're effed. I forgot.
Yeah, we're effed. There's no solution.
Reminded me, no solution. We're not going to be healthy.
It's okay. 2025, we're going to be healthy.
We're going to be healthy. Okay. Things about fresh fruits and veggies also I learned is that you should probably eat it with the skin on. That's kind of where most of the nutrition is. They said when you have a potato, right? When you peel it, if you eat with the skin on, you'll have like 300% more vitamins than without the skin.
Does it apply to everything?
Apples?
Everything.
I don't know about everything.
It's healthy to keep the skin on.
Like name one fruits or veggies that you have to peel. Like obviously I'm not gonna eat a pineapple with the skin on. That's a pretty stupid idea.
Ow!
I need the vitamins.
But it's so nutritious.
But yeah, a lot of it they said the nutrition is in the skin of a fruit and veggie.
I was thinking pomegranates.
You know, probably not eat the skin.
Okay.
Yeah. But some things that you can. But anyways, okay, so then we have fruits and veggies. And then here's cracking joints as a myth.
Oh, that one's
healthy. That one's just fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't cause any damage, doesn't cause you arthritis. It's just what happens when you crack your joints.
Why does that happen?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know what happens.
Wait, are you testing me or am I testing you?
I'm testing you.
Oh, okay. You have like
wrong. It's the nitrogen gas that's in between your knuckles or wherever you crack. That is just a release of that gas.
That's what I was gonna say.
Anyways, 8 glasses of water, myth.
Yeah, that's BS. I knew that was BS. That's why I drink coffee.
So.
Yeah.
You know, because like a lot of people, but you ever hear that guy? He was an Indian doctor, I think, or someone who claimed that he cured cancer if you did this thing every day.
Was it drink water?
It was a bunch of things. It was like drink a gallon of water, it was like all these things, and you can naturally cure cancer and any diseases.
I wish.
I learned that your water is just dependent on your pee color.
Yeah.
So if it's too dark, you're dehydrated. If it's white, you want to ease up. It's not.
It shouldn't be. You should. Too clear of a fluid is also not good for you.
Yes.
You want that lemonade.
They say light amber is the color I saw online.
That's hilarious. They can't just say yellow. They're just light amber.
Light amber is what they gave me.
Oh my God.
They said if your pee is white, it's either 1, you're drinking too much water, or 2, your kidneys aren't working correctly.
Oh my God. You know what I want to do now is
pee?
Kind of, honestly. This coffee is kind of doing this. No, but I want to get like a color scale of like a dark brown to like clear and like the yellow in between, right? And just like, how healthy are you? And just like put it on top of my toilet so that when guests come to pee.
That sounds hilarious. Honestly.
I kind of want to do that.
That sounds like a good poster. Why don't we make it and just sell it?
That's what I was thinking.
Hold on,
we
might cut this out.
Yeah, no, take that out.
Okay, moving on.
Patent pending.
Some myths too. Being cold doesn't actually give you a cold. Yeah. It's not how your mother or whoever cared about you, which is not a lot of people. Told God, you put a jacket on.
What did I do to this guy? Oh,
talking to me.
Oh yeah. No one loves
not
you.
Really.
Oh fuck.
What I was saying is, you know how they would tell you need to put a jacket. It's cold outside. You're gonna get sick. Yeah, myth.
Bundle up.
It's myth. They said because even if they said studies show that men exposed to freezing temperatures actually have higher immune systems. So like people who take cold baths and stuff like that.
I've been preaching it for years, people.
You don't get sick.
Take a cold bath. Finally, he reads it in one myth, and all of a sudden, he's on board.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, wait. Tell people what does cause cold.
Infection. Well, so bacteria. If you get exposed to the actual someone who's touching something who was sick,
And also, it's the extreme change in temperature. So going from an extremely cold environment, going from like a cold environment where bacteria and other things live into a warmer environment, and then allowing that stuff to grow is how you can get sick.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Cool.
Oh God, that was weird. I don't know what that interaction was. Daily multivitamins.
Scam. All vitamins are a scam. Except for creatine. Everyone should take creatine.
I learned that it's not FDA regulated.
Nope.
So yeah, you're screwed. Why are you spending so much money on vitamins? They said eat food that has those vitamins. That's the best way to do it.
You know what's really funny is that right before this podcast started, I literally told you, you know what tastes really bad? Fish oil vitamins.
That's why when you said that, I was like, ooh, I can't wait. But yeah, so eat food that is nutritious and don't get it from pills. I know they're cute. I know they're in shape. I know they're Flintstones.
Dude, the Flintstone ones.
I know they taste delicious.
They're gummy. They're gummy.
Don't sound like that, George.
They're so delicious.
Put a little bass in your voice, brother.
They add like a little citrus taste to it, and then it's just like sometimes I don't even want a vitamin. I just like the taste.
They're candy. They don't give you anything.
But it's healthy candy.
Anyways, here's a health myth that's also going to break your cycle, break your day-to-day mind, I would say.
My mind's already broken from this podcast.
Myth that you don't have to change your bed sheets every week.
It's a myth that you don't have to change your bed sheets every week.
George, we both have to change on that. I can't even make fun of you.
Oh, well, don't worry. I don't have a choice. I got to change it. Yeah, no, I don't know what you're on. Like, I got a daily rotation, dog.
Is that before you live with someone, how often did you change your bed sheets? Be honest.
It's more than a week.
Safety circle.
No.
Okay, when you say more than a week, dude, that's very general, brother.
You know when I would change my bed covers? This is gross.
Every presidential election.
No. When they were dirty. That's when I would change them. If they got dirty, I would change them.
I would do it when I thought people might be in my room. That's honest.
That's too much. I don't get that.
That's nasty. Like if I had no one so come over, I didn't want anyone to know that. Like dirty sheets. But if I'm coming home on a day-to-day basis, I don't care.
Which it's just.
But anyway, for health hygiene, it says if you need to regularly change it every week for better skin health. And they said allergens, bacteria, and stuff like that.
Buddy, I'm Mediterranean. My skin is smooth.
No,
I don't have
it's smooth, but it's dirty. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but
No, George, I knew when I met you, you were white, actually.
I know, but I'm saying
look at your skin now.
But you can't tell.
No, George, you're definitely not white anymore.
But it looks natural.
Shower, brother. Change the bed sheets.
Dude, 15 minutes in the sun and you're good. You can cover up any amount of dirt.
It's crazy. I don't think that's how the sun works. But anyways.
Don't want to shower? Take a tan. Or go on.
Here's my last myth that I learned. You know the correct way to brush your teeth?
Yes.
What's the correct way?
You have to go in a circular motion and you want to go where the brush should be like halfway between the top portion of your enamel and your gums.
My bad. I let you talk, but that's not what I was talking about.
Oh.
I guess in terms of the process of brushing your teeth, do you use mouthwash? Do you use floss?
Oh, so I have an entire nighttime routine. So my nighttime routine when I brush my teeth is I go in, I brush my teeth. Mm-hmm. After I brush my teeth, I use a tongue scraper. After I use my tongue scraper, I then get my water pick. Mm-hmm. For my water pick, I mix half water, half mouthwash. Mm-hmm. And I use the pick to pick through all of that. And then that's my routine.
Wrong.
Okay.
You're wrong.
Cool.
You've been doing it bad.
Bad. It's very bad. Here's the right way. Let me tell you.
Here's what I learned. What you should be doing is mouthwash first.
Makes no sense.
I've been doing mouthwash after.
Yeah.
You do mouthwash first to break down the plaque and bacteria. But you break it down. So now that you have my mouthwash and you break down most of the plaque, then you go in and floss.
Okay.
Hold on. Your mind's about to break.
I don't like this.
I can tell, dude. Your mind's about to break.
This feels very wrong.
Wait, hold on. Don't go crazy. This is why it's my last one.
I'm hearing. This is now you got me to the meat of this conversation.
Oh, now this is where you're.
I'm very passionate about dental health.
Okay. What are you so passionate about?
I'm very passionate about this.
Yeah. What was so wrong with what I was saying? Why do you feel so offended?
The idea is to break down the plaque. I agree.
Yeah.
That's why it should be last.
No.
So that way you've already cleaned it. You've broken up as much as you possibly can.
Here's why. Oh, you see, like
I'm very passionate.
I know you're very passionate.
Tell me more. I need facts. What's the data?
Breaks down the plaque. Then you floss to really get into the deep area of the plaque. Then the toothbrush and toothpaste applies the fluoride all over the teeth where the plaque is no longer there.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Justin. That makes a lot of sense.
I thought you were going to argue with me.
Nope.
You're very passionate.
I'm very passionate because I've been doing it this way my entire life.
And so people do it wrong where if you brush your teeth and immediately either wash your mouth with water or wash your mouth with mouthwash, you've essentially gotten rid of the fluoride already that's supposed to be there.
But it feels so clean. It feels wrong to brush my teeth.
I know. That's why when you go to the dentist and he brushes your teeth and he puts that fluoride guard in your mouth and he leaves it there for like 2-3 minutes. And then you go wash out.
I'm very heartbroken, Justin.
Why are you in that cadence?
You have no idea.
Well, now look, we're trying to make changes in 2025.
This is a big change for me. I had an entire routine.
No,
my life was based around this routine.
Water pick first. Water pick first.
I'm gonna have to take the mouthwash out of the water pick.
No, you can keep it in there, dude. Don't worry about it.
No, I have to use full mouthwash to break down.
No, you're combining both flossing and mouthwash at the same time.
I'm efficient.
Nice.
I'm an efficient.
But yeah, you're supposed to leave the toothpaste on your teeth so the fluoride can be there for a bit, and then you wash off like later. But doing it right after you brush your teeth is bad. That's the whole thing. Okay, you process.
I'm processing. You keep going. Leave me here.
I'm going to close it up, okay? So when it comes to 2025 and my health goals and stuff like that, and our health goals as people, I do want to leave with the last advice, and I have questions after it, that health is not one avenue. So you want to go be healthy. It's not just grind at the gym. It's not just, oh, I'm going to use therapy and I'll just become better. It's very all-encompassing of take care of your exercise, meditate, talk to someone, eat right, socialize with some people, go for your goals. It's all encompassing of trying to be healthy. Are you that broken up about the toothpaste?
No, I'm just looking about like how much time you think I have to dedicate to my health.
You want
me to do all that?
Yes, 100%.
Eating
right.
Nope.
Eating right. You have the time. Eating right. You definitely have the time.
I won't do that in 2025. Give me other options.
Exercise.
Definitely going to do that. I'm going to be jacked 2025.
Okay, sure. You're going to be jacked.
Keep going.
Okay, now meditate. Meditate's really good.
I'll do that in the sauna.
Forms of meditating.
2 for 1.
Okay, 2 for 1.
Okay.
Socializing. We are social creatures, and that definitely helps our mental health.
To be honest, you destroy my self-esteem. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Keep going.
I'm just saying, outside of this podcast, your mental health should be good. Just know when you're here.
I'll destroy you.
Destroy, okay? Yeah, and then there's goals, the things you want to accomplish. You should strive for things. And when you want to be healthy for 2025, it's not just a one avenue thing. You got to do all of it. I know it sounds like a lot, but we work at it every day.
Awesome.
And with that being said, George, here's my last 2 questions for you.
Okay.
In 2025, what do you think, based off 2024, what's the most difficult area of health you've struggled with and that you want to improve in 2025?
So I'm doing a repeat because I've been thinking about this. It's my mental health.
Mental health in what aspect?
So I told you at the beginning of 2025 or 2024.
You're trying to be more positive.
And you correctly assumed that I would fail. So thanks for that. Really appreciate the encouragement and, really building me up to be more positive.
Yeah.
But you were right. I completely failed at being more positive. Okay.
Fair.
My bad. Okay. I was wrong. I don't know why I like doing that so much.
Let's get, you're good at it.
So my goal is to be a little bit more positive and be a light for other people who may not be as positive?
I got a goal for you.
Okay.
You hate positive affirmations and you tell everyone that they're pieces of garbage for having positive affirmations and talking to themselves like a crazy person. You said that before, quote unquote. And you said that they have no reason because there's no point in saying positive things about your life because they'll never amount to anything. You took the David Goggins route. I know he's your hero and you call everyone a bitch. But here's my goal for you, George. Say something complimentary to yourself every day for 2025.
Oh, I like that. I'm going to take your advice.
Okay.
I'm going to, but you realize everything that you said was me hitting on other people.
What do you mean? That's why
you literally told me how I on other people.
Yeah.
And that I should say nice things about myself. So I should continue to say negative things about other people?
No, I was just saying that you say negative things about other people. So I'm going to correctly assume that you always say negative things about yourself.
So I'm reflecting.
Yes, you're reflecting onto other people. So my goal for you for 2025 is to be the opposite, to compliment yourself. And in turn, you're going to be that light that you want to be. And it'll start complimenting other people.
I'm going to start today.
Okay, that's great. Let's do, no, seriously, no troll. Can you give yourself a compliment right now?
George, you're not as bad as you think you are.
See, that's not a compliment. You said you copped out. You copped out on that. That was the insult.
What's a compliment? What's a compliment I can give myself?
And why is it a struggle?
George, you're really good at growing a mustache.
See, another cop-out answer.
It's a real compliment.
Another cop-out answer. Compliment. Now we're gonna stay here. I don't care how long this takes.
Oh, I got this. Turn this into a clip. Everyone compliment me down below.
No, we're gonna stay here. You growing a really nice mustache is not a compliment that you should give yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, give a real compliment.
Dude, this is uncomfortable.
This
is the worst
give yourself
episode I've been a part of. I don't want to do this.
What's a characteristic trait that you believe, you genuinely believe that you have that is a positive one?
I will listen to you and make you feel good about yourself.
Okay. So you're a very good listener.
Yes.
I agree. I think you're a very good listener.
Sometimes if you get me to shut up.
And then
there's got to be a qualifier in there.
No, see, now we have to go back.
Come on, move on from this.
Why did you hurt yourself after giving yourself a compliment? Stop copping out, George. Okay, we got to start at square one. Sorry, guys. Give yourself another compliment separate from that. And let's just end it on that.
Okay. I'll end it on you prioritize the people you love most in your life.
I think you're very big on family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very admirable trait.
There we go. Day one or one day.
See? How hard was that?
Positivity. I'm just waiting for you to destroy me.
No. Nothing. You can end it now.
Well, I'm glad that we can set goals for each other.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the goals that we have on this podcast is helping it grow. So if you could leave a like, comment, or subscribe, that does help the channel. We appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you for not trolling that last segment and letting me enjoy my positive moment. Yeah. We hope you guys learned something today. If not, we hope you laughed, and we'll catch you on the next one.
I can't wait to edit this video.